Okay, before we get started, this account was created to provide information on how current immigration laws apply to certain factual scenarios. There are many people, I suspect, who are worried about their immigration situation but are not sure if they should speak with an immigration attorney. Keep in mind, and I cannot stress this enough, that immigration law is unbelievably fact-specific. So even if the hypothetical that I analyze here sounds nearly identical to your situation, you still need to speak to an immigration attorney. These smallest factual differences can change everything. That said, this is not legal advice. I'm merely hoping to educate some people on how the immigration laws work, because I know that a lot of anxiety exists out in certain immigrant communities. Also, immigration laws and procedures will likely change significantly over the next few months, so what might be accurate and current at the time of recording could be outdated in the weeks to come or even tomorrow. This man illegally entered the United States from Mexico in 1991 at the age of 6. In 1997, his permanent resident father filed a petition for him as an unmarried child of a permanent resident. In 2006, he married his wife, who also entered illegally, and they had 2 children who are now 14 and 6 years old. In 2010, the father who petitioned for this man became a naturalized citizen. He wants to know if he can legalize his status along with his wife's. There's a lot of dates in there, so we'll kind of go over those a little bit more as we do the assessment. But this man has 245I protection. Okay, the father petitioned for him in 1997, so that would give him 245I protection that would make it possible for him to get a green card through some other path, basically. Okay, either employment or when the son turns 21. So one of the children is 14 now. When that child turns 21, they would be able to do something. Now, where this gets a little tricky is that the original petition was filed as the child of a permanent resident, the unmarried child of a permanent resident. When he got married in 2006, he immediately fell out of that category. He can no longer get the green card based solely on that petition from his father because he got married in 2006 and there is no married child of a permanent resident category when it comes to visa petitions. Okay, so he fell out of that at that time, but the petition still is good for 245I purposes. Okay, so if he has an employer that's willing to petition for him and do an employment-based case, that would work. Otherwise, we would have to wait until the 14-year-old turns 21, and then the 14-year-old can petition for him, all right? Now, if the timing of some of those things had been reversed, so let's say that the father naturalized in 2006, and then the son got married in 2010, so we're reversing those 2 dates, then his case would still be alive, okay? Because when the father naturalized, if it was in 2006, now that would move him from the unmarried child of a permanent resident to the unmarried child of a citizen, okay? And then when he got married in 2010, then that would switch him into the married child category. But because of the way everything happened, he's not going to be able to get his green card based solely on the petition from the father. The wife does not have the 245I protection. She wasn't married to him at the time that that was filed, so she's not going to benefit from that. So in this case, the way it's probably going to work is that we would get the green card for the husband, okay, like I said, either through employment or through the 14-year-old child when he or she turns 21. And then once we have that, now we can do a case for the wife that's going to involve a 601A waiver and a trip to Juarez. A lot of information in there. Hopefully that clarifies some of it, but if the fact pattern sounds similar to something that you have going on, probably best to call an immigration attorney. You can call us, you can call one closer to you to get a full assessment on your situation. Thanks. Good luck.